I suppose it's also important for us to note that this isn't just affecting foreigners wanting to come into the country, but also South Africans who are in very loving relationships with foreign nationals. In fact, we sat down with a couple who are really struggling through this issue, and Emma is trapped in the country because her visa's run out, and if she leaves, she'll be separated from her partner and won't be able to come back for 5 years. So are you seeing a lot of these cases where families are being quite literally ripped apart?
Well, when we talk about families, we talk about human beings being affected in the core on their relationships with their spouses and with their children. However, families are not the only units to be affected by that very draconian law, and I'll come back to why I say that in a moment. South African foreigners, South African employers who require foreigners to fill skills gaps in our labour market are also similarly affected. For example, a foreigner may have applied for a work visa or a work permit. They were called permits before the 26th of May, now they're called visas. Could be waiting 6, 7, 8 months or a year for the outcome of that application. Or the application could have been refused unlawfully for very specious reasons. They might have filed an appeal. They are waiting for an answer. They have to leave the country sometime for business, for familial reasons. Those individuals too are trapped in an unlawful trap. The trap itself is unlawful. When a foreigner leaves South Africa without a valid temporary residence visa endorsed into their passport, because they may be waiting for an answer, an outcome on an appeal, and Home Affairs is dragging its feet for an unlawfully unreasonable time, those individuals are declared to be undesirable people, and unless the minister on their application to waive the grounds of undesirability gives them permission to re-enter, they are locked out of the system totally. They cannot return. Now, that arises, the declaration of undesirability arises as a consequence of a particular regulation, Regulation 26. Now, Regulation 26 is ultra vires and is illegal because the Parliamentary Act itself on undesirability does not contemplate the kind of regime created by the regulations. So these regulations are currently under attack in the High Court. Our matter is enrolled on the 29th of October, together, I believe, with 2 other matters, and I think there may be a consolidation of a number of similar cases on point challenging the lawfulness of that regulation. And I believe towards the end of the year, we should have a positive outcome striking down that regulation.